Okay, apologies about that, guys. The video just ran out, so hopefully I can get through this one without my phone doing the same thing. Right, we want to solve x, obviously, to get the roots. So therefore, I won't use my quadratic formula. I'd use factorising. So therefore, because if I can use factorising, I will. So AC is positive 20. So two numbers that multiply to get positive 20, add to get negative 9 is negative 4 and negative 5. So therefore, I'd go 2x squared minus 4x minus 5x plus 10. You know that equals 0. I would then factorise it. So it'd be x minus 2 minus 5x minus 2. 2x minus 5, x minus 2. So when I wanted to solve it to get my roots, I would do 2x minus 5 equals 0, which would be x equals 5 over 2. That's one of my roots, so that's 2.5. The other one is x minus 2 equals 0, so it'd be x equals positive 2. Okay, so in this case here, my x-axis is going to be, my roots, are going to be x equals 2, which is just here, and it will also be x equals 2.5, which is just here. So 2 and then 2.5 for those two. Right, I now obviously look at my y-intercept. My y-intercept is when x equals 0. So 0 squared times 2 is 0, minus 9 times 0 is still 0, left me with just 10, so y equals 10. So therefore my y-intercept will be 10. So I can sketch my graph now. Something a little bit like that. Last step, just get my line of symmetry. Line of symmetry will be halfway in between these two. In between 2.5 and 2 is 2.25. So that's going to be there, 2.25. So it'll be x equals 2.25 is my line of symmetry. Okay? Last question. Hopefully my video can maintain itself until then. Y equals minus x squared plus 4x plus 12. Right, this one is a bit more complicated because it's got a negative x squared. We're not normally used to that. So what we're going to do first, we're going to factorise out the negative x squared and then deal with it after. So I've got minus x squared, and then because I factorised that out, that now becomes minus 4x, that now becomes minus 12. Okay? Because negative times negative is positive, negative times negative is positive. Right, I now ignore the minus for now and I factorise just that. So that would be x minus 6, x plus 2. Remember, just put it back there. Okay, I now want to multiply that negative with that. Okay, because negative 1 times that times that will make me fine. So therefore, I then put a negative 1 there, just because it means the same thing. Negative 1 times x is negative x. So that will be negative x. Negative 1 times 6 is positive 6. So I'm left with this. Okay? Now to get my roots, I would do negative x plus 6 equals 0. Which would be negative x equals negative 6. So therefore, x would equal 6, because I would divide them both by negative 1. And then this one would be x plus 2 equals 0, so x would equal negative 2. So they're my two roots right there. Okay? I can then sketch that. So 6 would be that there. Negative 2 would be that there. I now want to look and see what my y-intercept is. Well, when x is 0, 0 goes there, 0 goes there. So everything's 0 so far, plus 12. So y equals positive 12 is my y-intercept. So positive 12 might be up here. Now remember, this is a negative quadratic, which means it's going to be an N shape instead, an N shape. So I'm not scared about that y-intercept being up there. We're used to seeing this, but not in this case. It's going to be an N shape. So therefore, it will look a little bit like that. Okay? Last thing we need to do is simply to get the the line of symmetry. negative 2, 6. The middle point of that is going to be 2. So the x value is 2 for the turning point. So therefore, the line of symmetry would be x equals 2. Okay, I've rushed that example because my video is about to stop, but hopefully by looking at all 4 of these, you can establish what I've done in order to find the roots, the y-intercept,